Hello and welcome to the Nexus League Season 4 playoffs. Today we only have one game for you, and it is the lower bracket semifinal. Smash Bros taking on Velocity Vipers. Winner of this game will play in the lower final against Cool Cats on Saturday. Just waiting on players to get in the lobby. Want to talk about the game on Sunday. TRL taking down Cool Cats in a relatively close game. As TRL was able to pick up the win 4-2. Cool Cats now will at least are guaranteed a top 3 finish. Which isn't bad by any means. I do want to mention that Smash Bros. And Velocity Vipers did meet in round 1, and Velocity Vipers won 4-1, and then lost to Cool Cats 4-1. So we could possibly see Velocity Vipers have to go through their upper quarterfinal and upper semifinal bracket just to get to the grand final, which would be wild to see. Just waiting on all the players to get in the lobby. Just waiting. My prediction want to give my prediction here for this game. And all the players are in the lobby. I'd like to apologize for the delay here. We are just waiting on Tube to get in the game here. And just waiting. My predictions for this game are going to be Smash Bros. Continuing their lower bracket run and winning 4-2. And we are about to get underway with this game. And here we go. Game 1 underway. As Tube's going to go back. Says gets the demo on Tube. Ferris is up for this. Ferris touches it off of the backboard. Navarro's able to clear it downfield. Says has to rush back. Tube is right on top of him and gets the bump on Says. Navarro up in the air, full boost with the air dribble. Tries to get past one. Can he get past? It's off the post. Ferris with boost got chased by Tube, deciding to take this one to the sidewall. Goes for the cutter, misses that. Tube booming that down the field. Says able to clear it to the side, but Navarro's up. Navarro tried the sidewall read. Tube with the shot into the left-hand side of the net and in. And it's 1-0 for Smash Bros. And Navarro 27 to boost in the tank. Couldn't do much, and the demo comes out from Says, and it's an open net. Ferris on the reset to put that in. Popping it up, gets the reset, uses it, gets the last touch, and in. And we have a tie game. Ferris waiting. Gonna pop this one up. Gonna go for the air dribble. Navarro shots able to get saved. And Navarro pinches it. Lands on top of the ball and it slides into Smash Bros. Net. Unfortunate. Says with a beautiful shot off the angle. And 2-1, 3:51 to go. And Tube's gonna get 50 by Says. Navarro gonna clear this one down the field. Navarro with another touch. Ferris gonna get a free ball here. Ferris tried to get the 50. That's gonna bounce really awkward. It's off the post, off the crossbar from Tube. Attempting the shot, but both members of Smash Bros have overcommitted, and Says had an open net, but he couldn't get back to the ball in time. And Ferris with control. Ferris tried for the reset but couldn't get it. As Navarro's going to have control here. Gets past Says, but Ferris able to clear it down the field. Trying to beat Tube. He can't. Says booming it to the sidewall. Ferris looking for the redirect. Says went as well. That's a chance, but Smash Bros. Not able to take advantage of the 1v2 opportunity. As Navarro bumping Ferris off the ball, bumping Says as well. Ferris able to get control. Shot comes out from Ferris. And it's 3-1 for Velocity Vipers. Eerily reminiscent of round of the upper quarterfinals from their first matchup in the playoffs, where Velocity Vipers played extremely well. As Navarro going to take control here, maybe try for a reset, just pinches it down, knowing he has no chance to do much of anything else with that ball. As Ferris reset, gets it over one. I think he tried to get the second reset. That's going to pinch awkwardly. Tube going for the redirect with the little boost that he had. As Navarro trying to get the 50s, the last one back. Luckily, Ferris' shot is off target. And Tube pops it up. It's going to be wide. And Navarro just puts it off the corner. Navarro looking for the double. No, Tube is at the midfield. Ferris reset. Tube able to clear it away easily. Tube pops it down. And shot comes out and Says puts it in. And it's a 4-1. And Velocity Vipers again looking dominant. As Ferris gonna just pop that one out, and that's a free net for Navarro, who puts it in. Off the pinch, just barely able to beat the defender there. As Says gonna put it to the corner. Navarro with control. Navarro trying to get it over Ferris. He can't. Tube is back to defend that though. Says deciding to not challenge that. Tube with the shot. Ferris able to clear it away and gets control of the ball. Just gets past Navarro. Ferris deciding to not go for the 50 against Tube. Tube taking his time. And the pinch comes out from Says. That's going to float to the midfield. Can Ferris get the angle? He got the touch, but it's not on target. As Tube puts that one middle for Navarro. Navarro with a beautiful catch. Navarro with the shot. Ferris able to save it away. And Says puts it downfield. Ferris off of the sidewall. Ferris pre-flip. Ferris maybe can he get the pinch? No, he gets 50'd by Tube. Navarro with the sidewall read. Passes it to Tube. What a play. Wow. What a play by Navarro. Passing it off of the backboard. Catching Says pushed up too far and Tube slotting it in. .39 seconds to go here as Smash Bros. Went for the Spanish kickoff there. That has worked a few times during the upper final as Ferris with control cuts it around one. Tries to get the 50. Got the bump on Tube. Navarro with a shot. Had an open net opportunity, but it's wide as Navarro gets a single touch. Navarro trying to start that pressure. Smash Bros. Have to score here as Navarro pops it up. Ferris with a touch. 50 comes out, and that ball's going to hit the ground. And Velocity Vipers take game number 1. And we prepare to get into game number 2 here. Smash Bros. Down early in this series were almost able to crawl their way back in game 1. Can they continue their momentum, or will Velocity Vipers shut them down and drop them to 2 games? As Navarro clears this to the backboard, gets the boost, he missed the touch on the ball, and both members of Smash Bros. Go flying. The fake from Ferris. Wow. Ferris, you can't do that to people, man. You can't. That's nasty work. As Velocity Vipers get the goal. And off the kickoff here, Says with a shot, gonna be saved away by Navarro. And Ferris pops it up, trying to get past Tube. He gets the demo on Tube. Says gonna take this to the wall. He does not get that mid boost, unfortunately, but he gets a demo on Navarro. Ferris with control. Ferris gets it past Tube. Ferris trying to get it past Navarro now. As Navarro is able to get control for now, Tube pops it downfield. Tube trying to force Velocity Vipers back to their own half, but Says push that to the midfield for now. Navarro with control, Musty to the backboard. Probably should have just gone for an air dribble there instead of trying to be fancy, as Tube gets demoed by Ferris. Ferris looking for another bump. He messes up his recovery there. Says has to play back and does so. Tube with the shot. Tube does not care if you are up. He's jumping anyway, and he slots it in. And it's a tie game here in game number 2. As Tube gonna shoot that one on target. Ferris able to get back to save it away. Navarro waiting, just pops this one up. Tube is up as well. Tube with the shot saved away by Says. Ferris booming it off of the backboard, trying to get a pass, but Navarro is there to cut it off. Navarro with control. Says challenging. Ferris has to play patient here. He gets past Tube off of the fake challenge. And Ferris the reset. Navarro's there. Navarro again with the save. A double save for Navarro to keep that one out and keep us at a tie game. As Navarro booming this one down the field. That's really awkward, and that's going to be a goal for Navarro. Navarro with a beautiful shot, just slapped the ball to the backboard. Awkward spot for Says to be in, and Smash Bros take the lead. And Tube with control gets the 50 to the middle. Says booming that one downfield, gonna force Navarro on the back foot. Navarro with control gets past one. Deciding to leave this one. Tube in an awkward spot with no boost. He's able to make contact with the ball at least. Ferris reset. Navarro insta challenges and cuts that off immediately. And Navarro with the shot into the top left corner. It rolls off the post and in. What a shot from Navarro. Finding the angle. Pinging it off the post and in. 3-1 for Smash Bros. As Says gets a touch. Says trying to get it past Navarro. Can't quite do so. Tube driving this one down the field. Navarro with control. Navarro tried the reset, but it's gonna just go in. Tube able to put it in. Wow. Navarro tried the reset and he ends up faking both members of Velocity Vipers out with it. They're expecting that reset to come, and it just doesn't. And it's now 4-1 for Smash Bros. Ferris trying to slide, trying to shorten the deficit, and he does so off the kickoff with a beautiful kickoff stall from Says, stalling that ball in the middle to allow Ferris to get control. And with 2:11 left, 4-2, Smash Bros in the lead for now. Navarro has a chance. He's gonna just pop this up. Ferris is already up before Navarro even pops that ball. As Says passes it over to Ferris. Ferris has no boost to get back to that ball. Navarro with an awkward touch just booms it. Says is gonna clear it to the side. Says trying to get another touch that's gonna go to the midfield right for Tube. Tube with the flick high. Ferris able to save it away. Navarro fake challenge. Ferris tried to, I think he was trying to go for the bump. Not sure if he just drove too far ahead of the ball. As Says looking for a double tap here. It's going to be really awkward. Tube able to get back there. Both members of Smash Bros on no boost. just have to go for a 50 here as Navarro misses the corner on Velocity Viper's side, but he's able to get it there as Says clears that one. Navarro banging that one off the backboard. Ferris able to save it and clear it away. Ferris gets control of the ball now. Ferris one-on-one with Navarro. Ferris trying to get fancy. Didn't quite work out as Navarro takes his time, pops it over Says, and the time wasting begins as Tube takes control, just gonna take it slow, look for 50s as he flicks high. That's off the board, and to seal the deal, Navarro puts in 5 for Smash Bros. And it's 47 seconds to go here in game number 2. Smash Bros. More than likely are gonna take game number 2. And Navarro off the kickoff says Ferris gets cut off. Says with control. Says tried to get a touch on that ball to pass it middle. Didn't quite make contact. Navarro with control now. Navarro just air dribbles that one to waste time. Tube with the air dribble now. Tube getting the dunk on Ferris. What a play. Navarro gets the bump on Ferris and then Says side flips, and the air dribble Tube just gets higher than Ferris's car, and he's able to put it in. And it's 6-2 with 21 seconds to go. And Tube pops it up. Tube waiting, tries to get the 50, and Says able to save the shot from Navarro. Tube jumps a bit too late as Navarro's able to clear that one away and avoid at least a consolation goal, and that ball's gonna fall, and Smash Bros. Take game number 2. And tied in the series here. Dominant win for Smash Bros. 6 saves. 6 saves to 5. Smash Bros. Very defensively sound team. More on the offensive there in game 2. Can they keep up this offensive play style against Velocity Vipers? As Ferris is going to take this, he has the boost, but decides not to go for the ball, noticing Tube up with him. Ferris with the shot. Navarro able to clear it away. Navarro trying to get this over to Tube. Says cuts that off a little bit. Tube with the shot. Ferris able to clear it away. Demo comes out. Shot from Navarro. Untargeted in. Able to get the perfect amount of power on that ball. Tube with the amazing demo to force Says back. Awkward save with the little boost Says had. And it's 1-0 for Smash Bros. This is how most of their games have gone. Smash Bros. Let their opponent take the first game, and then Smash Bros. Figure them out and crawl their way into a win as Navarro puts a second one in. Awkward save for Ferris off the backboard there. And 4:28 to go. Early in this game, Smash Bros. Already up 2. It says takes a shot, saved away by Navarro. And Ferris gets the 50. Demo comes out from Says. Ferris with the shot attempt. Navarro can't make contact on the ball, deciding to leave it. Says a little bit too far away to go for it as Tube decides to just sit there, not going for the ball at all. As Navarro pinches that one way downfield. Navarro looking for the angle. That's cleared away by Says. Tube cutting off Ferris's ball. As Ferris one-on-one with Tube. Ferris gets the 50. Navarro is back. Navarro just pops this one. Ferris clearing it to the side. Tube is on top of it. Tube trying to get the 50 on Says, can't make contact. Ferris with tried to get control. Says takes the ball off of him. Says just trying to force some type of pressure on Smash Bros at the moment. As Ferris gets control, beats out Tube. Navarro with a beautiful catch, able to save it on the goal line. Navarro with control, flakes high, gets beat by Ferris. Tube last man back, able to defend for now. Says pops it over Tube. Ferris looking for bumps. Says misses off of the crossbar, and Says going for the bump there. Tube able to cut that one off. And Navarro with the shot into the left-hand side. It's off the post. And Says able to save it away as Ferris reset. Gets 50'd by Tube. Says one-on-one against Navarro. Navarro, awkward spot here. He's able to defend off the 1v2. And he misses that corner, that mid boost. Unfortunately, as Ferris has an open net. All to himself. The pass from the corner from Says. The 50. Says 15-2, but that ball bounces out from the corner perfectly to Ferris. Navarro left awkward, and Ferris has an open net. It's 2:28 left. Velocity Vipers down 1. And pinch comes out from Says. Ferris waiting. Navarro putting it over to the side. 50 coming out. That's going to hang in the midfield as Ferris tries to take control. Gets past Tube. Navarro with control. Navarro going for the musty. Doesn't get it nearly enough power. And a team bump comes out, but Tube able to get back to the ball, and 50 it stood by time for Navarro as he gets the 50 and control of the ball. Navarro tried to put it in himself, but he ends up being too wide as Tube just trying to play time here, knowing he has space here. Says off the ceiling, gets the challenge straight down to Navarro. Navarro with the 50. And Says gets demoed by Tube. Ferris waiting. Tube takes control, just flings that one, handing the ball for free to Says. Says passed it over to Ferris. Ferris to Says. And tie game. Velocity Vipers. Navarro a little bit awkward there on the back wall there. 1:23 to go, tie game here in game number 3. As Says is up and he's gonna have an open net and slots that one in easily. Beautiful 50 to pop that one up from Ferris. Tube, or Navarro, going for the boost, not expecting that ball to pop in the way that it did. And off the kickoff again, Tube able to at least get the ball away from Ferris for now, but Ferris gets control with the reset, trying to dunk Navarro, but it doesn't work out. Tube gets the boost and turns quick. Tube with the 50. Says trying to get that ball on Smash Bros. Half. Tube with control now. Tube trying to get the pass. He gets the touch to the side. Navarro a little bit awkward. Got no boost in the tank. Ferris steals that boost away. And with the reset, Ferris has been a monster with the resets this game. And 4-2 with 40 seconds to go. This is what I was expecting from the upper quarterfinal game. Not a 4-1, but a more closely contested game such as this. As Says trying to put another one in off the kickoff, gets 50'd by Navarro. Ferris with control now. Reset again. He's been going for those the entire game. And Says clangs that one off the post and saved it away. Ferris, not sure if he ended up saving Says' shot, if that was going to be in at all, as Navarro, I think he did get the reset. I'm not sure, as Tube puts a shot on target, saved away by Ferris. Ferris off the ceiling, just drops that one down. That could fall in. Tube able to save it away and Says drops it down. Velocity Vipers get the win and take game number 3. What a win for Velocity Vipers after losing 6-2 or 6-3 in game number 2. And we are in for a game. Back and forth. Both teams pulling out all the stops as we prepare to get into game number 4. As Says with the 50. Navarro grabs the boost, puts a shot on target. It's just off the post. Demo comes out, double demo from Navarro. Tube puts it off the corner. Tube with the shot attempt, but he can't get around the ball as Navarro clears that one to the corner. Navarro with control had to dodge the bump from Says. Navarro with the 50. Says puts it to his corner, but gets his boost stolen. Navarro's going to take control, tries to get bumps. Tube shot just wide. As Says leaves that ball, Tube passing back to Navarro. And Navarro flicks over Ferris. Navarro with control now, trying to get a 50 on Says. Says able to clear it to the corner. And Tube has to rush back here. Navarro is up, and so is Ferris. Tube just going to put that to the wall, looking for the touch. He gets it to the back wall of Velocity Vipers as Ferris takes it out to the midfield. Ferris with the 50. Just both teams going left to right, right to left. Not really any forward movement with this ball right now. As Ferris takes it. Reset attempt. Not sure why Ferris has been going for so many resets in this series. I don't think I've seen him go for a proper air dribble off of the sidewall as Navarro bumps Ferris off of the ball. As Ferris goes for the shot, it's off the crossbar. Says can't put that on target either. I'm sure Ferris did have the fake in game 2, but Tube able to get the goal with a beautiful shot from midfield. And 1:03:13 to go. Tube gets the 50. Ferris stalling that ball in the middle. Navarro just puts it off of the backboard. Ferris pops it up. Tube cutting that one off. Tube tried to get another 50, but he gets the bump on Says instead. Says awkward spot with no boost in the tank. Navarro has to rush back as well. Only member in the lobby at the moment that has any sort of boost right now is Navarro as he's getting bumped off the ball. And Navarro with an awkward touch ends up getting Tube to jump as he has to get back to that. Says with the shot, looking for the second touch, but it's wide as Ferris gets demoed. Tube clearing that one away. 2:23 to go. Ferris with control. Ferris popping this one up for the air dribble, flicks it, and it's in. What a goal by Ferris. He'll get the air dribble, gets it past Tube, and he flicks it. He flicked that thing backwards. Like it was just a normal 45-degree flick. As Navarro shot on target, saved away. As Ferris gets control, gets another touch. Bump comes out from Ferris. Navarro with control, doesn't have much boost, just goes for the musty. And Ferris with a bit of a poor touch, Says able to clean it up. Tube with the pinch over to the side. Ferris trying to get control. There's the 50. Says waiting patiently here. Navarro with the back pass over to Tube. Smash Bros playing it really smart and defensively, just forcing errors like that out of Velocity Vipers and capitalizing. Poor 50 from Ferris, resulting in a beautiful goal from Navarro. Minute 30 to go, Smash Bros have the lead. And Tube off the kickoff, losing that one. Navarro gets the 50 to the midfield. Tube, no boots in the tank. Ferris gets past Navarro. Tube should have boost. He does. Has time to control this. Gets the 50. Navarro almost cleared that one out as well. As a pop comes out, Says can't get there. What? Again, another poor 50 from Ferris, resulting in a goal. This wasn't even a 50. Navarro just flat out beat him, and Says a little bit turned around, can't get back to the ball. And it's 3-1 with 1:05 to go. And a double commit from Smash Bros is going to result in a kickoff goal for Ferris. And Tube jumping early on the kickoff there off of the cheat up, expecting to make contact. Ball does not want to follow his idea, as Navarro gonna get the demo. Navarro looking for a pass down. Tube tried to get that angle, couldn't find it. 50 seconds remain here in game 4. As Navarro takes a shot, gets dunked on by... Navarro gets the dunk on Ferris. Ferris has been absolutely bullied this game, getting dunked, 50'd, beat to the ball throughout this game. As Tube's gonna get a just wide shot off of the kickoff. I thought that one was in. As Says gets the reset, gets 50'd by Navarro. And the ceiling pinch from Ferris, and it's off the crossbar. And he's able to put it in. That is unfortunate. That was a laser. Wow, that would have been amazing if that had gone in. 4-3 with 20 seconds to go. Velocity Vipers down 1. As Tube's going to get that mid. He doesn't get the mid. He leaves it for Navarro. Navarro with control, trying to get any sort of touch. He gets a bump on Ferris. Ferris with control. Ferris gets 50'd by Tube. Ferris with full boost. And that's going to float in. And Smash Bros will take game 4 with 2 seconds to go. Navarro, beautiful shot coming out there. And with 2 seconds left, Smash Bros will take game number 4. As that one's gonna hit the floor. And we have a tie series. And we're about to get into game number 5 here. Like I said earlier, this is what I was expecting in the upper quarterfinals. Is this closely contested match that we see here, as Tube gets the 50, just puts it down. Navarro put it in the corner. Says trying to get this ball out. Says no boost in the tank, just gonna get a 50 to the side. Ferris no boost as well. Finally has boost. He's gonna challenge Navarro there. Force Navarro to stop, as Ferris back passing over to Says. Says with the shot on just off target. And Navarro just gonna get a 50. Gets his boost stolen by Says, Tube popping this one over to the side. And Says gets a touch, pops this out. Tries to drop it down. He does drop it down for Ferris. He fakes going for the shot. Tube caught flat-footed. Or Navarro caught flat-footed, rather. And Velocity Vipers get the first goal of Game 5. As Ferris can't do much there. Says able to get the save. Navarro, 65 boost in the tank. Can't get control of the ball. Tube is up with the 50. Navarro getting that midfield boost. Says with the shot just off the bar. As Navarro, next to no boost in the tank. Ferris able to clear it as far as the midfield, as far as in front of the box. And Navarro with the shot, that's going to be off the backboard. And Says with control, has Ferris in the middle. Says passes over to Ferris, but the ball is not powerful enough. Tube passing over to Navarro, got cut off very quickly. Navarro putting it to the wall. Boost management for both teams early in this game not been great. As Says no boost, full boost in the tank, and a Rule 1 gets broken by Navarro and Says. I don't believe it. That is, I mean, I get it's the playoffs, but come on, man. As Navarro's gonna get an open net. That's karma for you. Says breaking the Rule 1. And Smash Bros get a wide open net as a present. .246 left here. Navarro waiting. He's going out. Gets the touch shot on target. Both members of Velocity Vipers had to commit to save that one out. As Ferris gets a touch over Tube. Navarro awkwardly gets that to the corner. Tube trying to keep the pressure on Velocity Vipers. And Ferris tried to clear that. He got it as far as the midfield. Navarro dropping it down. Says touches it over to Ferris. Ferris with control. Gets bumped off the ball by Tube. Says passes it, bump comes out. Says can't make contact on the ball. And now Says the only one with full boost for now. Says full boost, Ferris full boost. Ferris can take this and gets insta-challenged by Tube. Smash Bros have no interest in letting Ferris cook anymore, as Tube tries to put that one on, but it's wide. As Says gets past one. Tube, awkward touch here. This is really awkward. And Ferris slots it in. Off the pass from Says to Navarro. Put that one in the corner, expecting Tube to be able to turn fast enough to get to the ball. Ends up passing it straight to Ferris. And Velocity Vipers get the lead back. As Navarro tried to go for a bump, Ferris able to dodge it. Ferris with the 50 down to Says. Says banging that one off of the backboard. Ferris with the read. Navarro cut it off before it happened. As Tube gets challenged by Says. Says with no boost in the tank pops it up. Ferris, awkward spot, gets control of the ball, has the reset, drops it low. Ferris on target and into the bottom right corner. What a play by Ferris. Holy cow. Ferris dropping it low. He's been using the reset for most of the series, so Tube expecting Ferris to use the reset goes high. Ferris just more than happy to drop that low. What a play by Ferris. That's two amazing goals from Ferris. First the fake in, I believe it was game 2, and now that. As Says puts that in the midfield. Here goes Ferris again, just puts it off the backboard. Navarro able to clear it to the corner. Navarro dropping it down. Says can't make contact. Ferris the shot just wide. And Tube looking for bumps here. That's an open net. Navarro able to cut it off. Navarro with the Cuxer pinch downfield. That's going to bounce out. Ferris able to clear it to the sidewall. Ferris, the sidewall read over to Says. Says, going to just play patient here. Let's Ferris get demoed to get the touch down the field. Going to force Tube to go the length of the field with 8 seconds to go. Velocity Vipers looking like they are going to take game 5. And Tube going to keep this one up for now. This ball's going to hang in the air. And finally this ball drops. And Velocity Vipers are 1 game away from taking down Smash Bros. Again. As we prepare to get into game number 6. Hopefully Smash Bros are able to get to take this game and send us to our first game 7. And here we go. Game 6 underway. And Navarro's going to win. Was able to win the kickoff. Navarro just puts that high. Ferris going to take control, reset, tried to get it over Tube. He gets the 50 on Tube instead. Navarro with control. Drops it forward. Ferris Says with the shot, catches Tube out of position. And Says getting the first goal here in game 6. It's been back and forth for most of this series. Will we see Smash Bros trying to keep their lower bracket run alive? As Tube pops this over, Says gonna get control, tried to get the sidewall to pass it over to Ferris, works out anyway. Navarro off the wall. Navarro does not have Tube in the middle. Navarro almost got the dunk into the top left corner. And Says puts it downfield, trying to avoid the cutoff by Navarro. Navarro can't get a contact. He finally does. As he gets a missed touch. Says with no boost though. Says passes it middle. The Tube cuts it off with the little boost he has. Navarro full boost. Has to avoid the reset attempt from Ferris. Tube gonna have a chance here. Pops this one up. Gets insta-challenged by Ferris. Ferris looking for the double. He passes it mid. Navarro cuts it. Was almost able to cut it off. And Velocity Vipers take a 2-goal lead. Says just insta-challenging. That's what Velocity Vipers are doing here in game 6. Just insta-challenge after insta-challenge. Not allowing time for Smash Bros to start cooking anything up. As Ferris with the reset just drops it down. Navarro has to get this down the field somehow. Tube with no boost just flicks it up. As Tube waiting. Navarro awkward. Ferris with the shot, and that's 3-0 for Velocity Vipers. And 2 minutes gone in this game. And already Velocity Vipers are up 3-0. Smash Bros looking rattled. As Navarro gets it to the midfield. He gets the bump on Ferris. Gets the bump on Says, but Tube's shot is off target. And now Smash Bros have to rush back. Ferris trying to get the reset again. Been threatening that all series long. As Tube with control now flicks over one. Navarro catches it. Drops it low. Navarro with the shot on target and into the bottom right corner. Tube with a beautiful pass. perfectly caught by Navarro in front of him. And Navarro sliding it past Ferris. And it's 3-1. Smash Bros back in the game. And Tube with the 50 gets the mid boost. Taking his time now. Gets challenged by Says. Says grabs that corner boost. That could be huge to start this pressure that they've started as Ferris goes for another reset. Gets bumped by Navarro, able to recover, and I think he had the reset, decided not to use it as that ball is going to go downfield. Ferris takes control from his own corner. Bit of a missed touch there. And Navarro with the shot just off target. Tube taking his time. Tube turning quick. Gets the 50 to the midfield. Can Navarro put it in? Navarro with the miss and Says miss too. Tube with the shot saved away by Ferris. And Says gets 50'd by Navarro. That's an open net. The miss. Navarro rushed in. Lucky that he was able to put that in. And now Smash Bros down 1. 1:45 to go. And 50 comes out. Navarro with the shot, open net off the kickoff. And we have a tie game. And what a game this has been so far. Just back and forth action. Smash Bros. Both these teams are very offensive teams. As Navarro passes it middle to Tube. Tube over to Navarro. What a save by Says. And Ferris is going to get control now. Ferris reset, gets it over one. Navarro able to save it away. And Tube gets the 50, Says putting it high. Navarro gets 50'd by Ferris. Tube awkwardly having to clear this to them as far as the midfield. Gonna force Says to jump. And Navarro gets the huge bump on Says. Ferris fake Tube out. Navarro gonna get that 100. Tube all the way back. It's Navarro by himself. Tube is finally back. And Navarro with the 50 is Tube there. Ferris is already back, but Tube is there. Tube puts it into the corner. Tube passes it middle. It's hanging. Navarro puts it middle. Ferris just bangs it downfield. Tube able to get back there. Tube puts it to the sidewall. Tube can't make contact again. Navarro with a shot on target and in. 27 seconds to go. Says cut out of position. And with 27 seconds left, Smash Bros have the lead. Looking for a second off the kickoff, but can't quite find it. As Navarro gets the 50 off the ceiling. Tube with the 50 again. That's hanging. That's going to drop down. Awkward ball. Says can't go. 10 seconds left. And Says with control. Tube popping it up. Smash Bros just have to defend. And we will see Game 7. For the first time in this playoff, we have a Game 7. This has been a series for the ages up to this point, and Smash Bros able to claw their way back. This should be a fun Game 7. And here we go. Game 7. Lower bracket semifinal. underway. As Says pops this one up. Navarro gets a pop. Tube gets beat by Ferris. Navarro has to rush back. Ferris pops it middle. Navarro awkward. Ferris with the backflip pass to Says, and Velocity Vipers take the first goal of Game 7. And Smash Bros looking to return the favor. Can't quite get it on target. Says awkward. Ferris able to clear it to the side. Navarro has a chance. Just going to bang that one off the backboard. Almost had the double tap. Dude with the shot. What a save by Says. Off the pre-jump. And Navarro tried to just shoot that. Says shot off target. Navarro taking it from the sidewall, pre-flip, reset, gets it low, but Ferris plays patient. Ferris again, saving that one away. Velocity Vipers keeping the lead. Tube gets the 50. He's gonna hang middle, Says a little bit awkward on the post, but he was able to clear it a little bit, but Navarro finally able to get that corner boost. Navarro with a shot on target, saved away by Ferris. And this is what I was expecting from these two teams. In the upper quarterfinal, this is amazing to see. As Ferris gets a touch to putting that one down the field. Ferris waiting. Ferris tried to get a 50. He did. That's going to hang in the midfield, but Tube taking it to the side. 34 boost. Just going to shoot that one. Going to force Says to waste some boost. Ferris with control. Ferris dropping it low. Puts a shot off just wide. Navarro taking his time. Gets past one. Gets a 50 to the right-hand side. Tube should have control here. Ball rolls a little bit too awkwardly. Tube getting past Ferris. Navarro popping this high. Smash Bros have to get there to shoot this. On target is Tube, but Says is able to get back in time. Velocity Vipers hold the lead. So far in Game 7, Tube with control, doesn't have the boost, just shoots, just hands the ball away again. Nerves playing a factor here in Game 7 for Smash Bros. And the dunk from Ferris. 2-0 Velocity Vipers. Navarro gets the poor 50. And Velocity Vipers are up 2-0 in Game 7. Navarro 50. Beats Tube. Both members of Smash Bros. Low boost. Tube gonna shoot that one just high. Looks for the bump on Says. Navarro isn't there. Now he is. Gets pre-jumped by Ferris. As Says clearing that one down the field. 150 to go. Ferris with a backflip, and that's just gonna float in. Tube gets closer to tying this game. Finally getting a goal on the board after a shot from the sidewall to pop it up and float it in. And Smash Bros on the board. 148 to go. 50 from Tube. Says clearing it down to Smash Bros half. Shot saved away by Navarro. And shot comes out from Ferris. What a save by Navarro. Barely stretching to get there. Navarro with the musty. Ferris able to save it. Tube with a touch. That's going to go off of the backboard. Tube with the shot on target. Ferris able to save it away. Navarro gets a touch. Trying to force pressure here. Tube with the miss. He missed. Says has an open net. And now Smash Bros are right back where they started. Down 2. 1:13 left. Says with the 50. Navarro shot. Cleared away by Ferris. Ferris with a touch gets past Tube. Navarro taking it to the side. Reset from Navarro. Navarro still with control, trying to go for another reset. Tube overcommits, but luckily the shot is wide. Navarro says with a pinch middle, and with 46 seconds to go, Velocity Vipers have a 3-goal lead in Game 7. And Smash Bros, I don't know if it's nerves or just exhaustion of playing a Game 7. As Tube flicks high, saved. Navarro shot off target as well. That's gonna go. Don't tell me that's in. That's in. He pinched it off the post. Ferris basically just got a free redirect, and that falls from goal to goal. Ferris basically sealing the game for Velocity Vipers. As Tube gets a touch. Tube tried to get the 50, says carrying this 20 seconds until this one is over. And in dominant fashion, Tube puts it in. What a shot. Tube with the bang down the field. Catching says going for boost. And Ferris unable to get back to the ball. And it's 5-2 with 11 seconds left. And says fake kickoff. That's going to pinch out to the midfield. And that's going to be on target and in. There's no way they come back from this, right? They would need 2 kickoff goals to happen almost instantly. 4 seconds left, and Smash Bros are down 2. There's no way. And the kickoff, Navarro has to score now. He takes his time, and Velocity Vipers win in Game 7. And what a game. What a series. Unreal. Unreal performance from both teams. Smash Bros should be happy with their performance. Velocity Vipers repeat their upper quarterfinals. Game was a little bit closer this time around, but they will move on to play Cool Cats on Saturday to decide who moves to the grand final. This has been the Nexus League. We will see you on Saturday. Thanks for watching.